How many of you have volunteered? I'm sure most of you guys have, since it's a requirement to graduate with 20 hours of community service. Well, it's a requirement for a reason. It helps us, it benefits us. Now take a minute to reflect on your most significant volunteering experience. How did you feel going into your experience? How did you feel during your experience? How did you feel coming out of your experience? My name is Faith Walmsley. The last thing I felt like doing with my lazy summer days was drive to Buffalo, New York to paint a house for someone I didn't even know. Driving into Buffalo, New York, I was shocked by the conditions. Trash and graffiti littered the streets, and crows flew out of abandoned houses where children had recently been sick from lead paint. I thought to myself, how could 5 high school students possibly tackle this? The days were long, and our work group bonded, wearing hazmat suits in 90-degree heat while scraping the lead paint off the wall. The homeowner shared the story of his life, his illness, and how he came to experience such poverty. I learned that people don't tape signs to their shirts illustrating the struggles they are going through. We don't always know everything in everyone's life. I was touched by the homeowner's story and began to feel change within myself. Eventually, my group finished our project and made a huge impact on the homeowner's life. When I returned home, I felt different. I now realized that I gained more from my service than I gave. This was my inspiration to organize a group mission trip to Charlotte, New York this summer for my senior project. I wanted to create an opportunity for children my age to have a similar experience. This is my work group. I'm right there. These are the hazmat suits. That was the house before. As you can see, the lead paint was starting to chip, and it was kind of scary working with lead paint at first, but when I saw the homeowner's reaction and how happy he was that we were there helping him and him explaining his story and everything, he really just made us feel like we were helpers and we were there for a reason. He made us feel wanted, and so we were all happy in those hazmat suits, surprisingly, even though we were dying secretly. And then this is our work group after. I'm the one squatting right here. This was the homeowner. His name's John. And these were my friends that I became very close with. And this was the volunteer working with us at the site. So now, I asked you earlier how you felt going into the experience. If you were like me, you dreaded it. You didn't know how much you would gain from the experience. So what exactly do people gain from the experience? Well, many say they gain new friendships and a higher self-esteem. I realized my actions will always be remembered by the ones I helped through service. I learned that the one providing service benefits most, and I gained a new understanding of people and their struggles. I learned that volunteering makes me happy, makes me feel good about myself. And I learned that we are all here for one another. We're here to make this world a better place. And any stress that I had at the time of volunteering seemed to melt away. It was fulfilling to know that my work had meaning. In an article, 10 Facts That Prove Helping Others is a Key to Achieving Happiness, written by Kimberly Gam, it talks about how the mesolimbic system, a portion of your brain responsible for triggering feelings for reward, feel-good chemicals are then released, making the person want to volunteer more. Through service, I learned that the person providing the service benefits. This made me wonder how the person receiving the service benefits and why improving someone's environment is so important. My first time volunteering, I thought to myself, why am I doing this? Why am I going there to spend my time during summer to help some stranger? Like, why? Why would I want to do that? And I really thought to myself, this isn't going to make a difference. It's helping one person, not many. But I was wrong. Emotional health is impacted by our environment. One of my favorite quotes that I found is in an article called "What Impact Does the Environment Have on Us?" published by the Regents of the University of Minnesota. It states that the environment can influence people's behavior and motivation to act. Maybe you guys can relate to that quote the same way I did. When I leave an item out in my room, let's say a top, down on the floor, I come back later in a couple days and see my room is a huge mess. It's like a tornado rolled through it. I also learned that the color of your room can have a huge effect on how a person is feeling. A book called Color, Environment, and Human Response, written by Frank Monke, explains how a new color scheme affected emotionally disturbed children that were prone to deface walls. After changing the color scheme, the destruction declined to almost nothing. In addition to an immediate positive effect on patient behavior and overall morale of the staff. From the same book, I learned that full spectrum light improves academic performance and IQ test scores. So study in the cafeteria, where it's all natural light. While reading the book, The Science of Place and Well-Being by Ethel Sternberg, I learned that sunlight can boost moods. Fragrance oils such as lavender can ease tension, improve mood, and induce sleep. And that music can shift a person from a stress mode to a relaxed mode. The book Drunk Tank Pink by Adam Alter taught me that noise that comes with urban living is enough to hamper intellectual development. This is one new thing that I had never heard about before. And that domestic violence increases as temperature increases. All of the above mentioned have an effect on the person experiencing the environment. So get out there, help someone, have a better environment and better living conditions, like clean walls and pretty colors in the room, less clutter and relaxing smells and healthy food. By doing this, you are helping someone have better emotional health, and you are opening that person up to a new world with new possibilities and better outcomes. In addition to volunteering, enhancing your life, and benefiting the person you helped, it benefits our society as a whole. It's like a domino effect. You create more happy people, happy citizens, and so all of a sudden, society is better. When others see you volunteer, it inspires them to get out there and volunteer. When you help a parent, it most likely helps their children. More relationships grow and strengthen throughout the process. I found the quote written above that states, "We are stronger together than alone," by Walter Payton. To me, this means that when we come together and we help others, it makes us go out there and it provides a better world for us. Do you guys know who Walter Payton is?
Football player. Yeah,
he's a football player. So when I returned home, I felt different. I better understood how life is for others. I began to volunteer at the Friendly Kitchen, providing meals to the hungry. One day, I served an unkempt man with a long beard, struggling with cancer. He was open to telling me his story. He was happy to talk to me. I didn't see him for a while as I stopped volunteering at the Friendly Kitchen because my job took up too much time. But luckily, I ran into that guy again at Market Basket. He told me that he no longer had cancer, and he no longer needed the kitchen. This made me happy to hear for him, as he was so happy and excited to see me. Rather than accepting help, he now donates socks to the friendly kitchen. As you can see, the cycle has come to a full circle, and our society is better for it. Now, rather than getting help, the man is giving help. I hope I have helped everyone here gain some insight into service work. It changed my understanding of how the world works. And I learned that service benefits those who give, those who receive, and our society as a whole. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions? Mom?
So are you going to be going on a service trip?
Yeah, this summer we're going to Charlotte, New York. I got 5 people to come with me. Anyone would like to come, you guys just can reach out to me and I'll tell you more about the service trip. Any other questions?